Altitude.
Good morning, elite gamers. Last week, we took on the weighty role of being the best medevac pilot you can hire from Wish.com.
Can't make it, the shit's stuck! Please! I beg you!
This week, we've been assigned the task of launching off of an aircraft carrier to determine why all the 5G towers on Love Island have been burnt down.
But Spicy, what about the 2 missions in the campaign you're skipping? Those are important to the plot.
Yes, I'm aware that I'm skipping over the redirection and open water missions. Because of the recent negative perception of the Love Island Naval Air Forces, the reason for which Command has not yet determined. Command Victor 1-3 requests a Mach 1 pass down Main Street.
Victor 1-3, negative, you are not cleared for the maneuver. You head aft, return to base immediately.
There have been a series of budget cuts that forced the redirection and open water mission footage to be tossed into the ocean. And also, nobody in chat told me that my cursor was on screen for the entirety of that stream.
Break.
But back to the mission at hand. While we were off at war, Love Island's comms have gone dark. The captain has sent in the Navy's finest to scout the way back home. And they've also sent me to run coffee back and forth. Both of my wingmen forgot to hit up the local gas station before taking off.
We're at Boosies!
And subsequently needed to slurp the tanker juice before we could do any reconnaissance. On our way to the tanker, I started to hear some fascinating beeps and boops in my cockpit.
Are we getting actively lased right now?
A higher IQ individual might piece together that getting hit by active radars from a location you were sent to scout, specifically because your friends have stopped emitting across the EM spectrum, might indicate danger.
Those aren't the homeboys, right? Like, we didn't have a surprise fleet set up? That's what we get.
After restarting because I forgot to quick save, we completed a visual ID of the enemy targets, narrowly dodged their SAM missile, and dumped 33 explosive rounds into a single enemy infantryman.
Nice.
Somehow, during our preoccupation with fending off the enemy fleet in the prior missions, Love Island itself had been captured by the enemy, our homes overrun, our troops fleeing, and our favorite Applebee's now in enemy hands. It was high time to make our first close air support run. A smarter man would have employed the AGM-86 Maverick missile, as they provide fire and forget medium-range strike capability, but I was feeling particularly Battlefield 4 intro cutscene that day.
Yep. Oh god.
With 2 multi-million-dollar aircraft scuttled, and chat's faith in my piloting skills rapidly dwindling, I fell back on using my easy mode missiles, and completed the mission as it was intended.
Nice.
Good effect on target. Mission complete. Time to head back to base for $1 off Bahama Mamas at Apple.
One more thing.
Exfiltrate the friendly squad and return to the carrier.
Autopilot disengaged.
Why did my autopilot just disengage? I'm coming, fellas. I'm coming way too fast. We're good. We're good. And yet they still get in after watching that landing. Hearing some bangs as I climb, that can't be good. I really have a lot of doubt as to the structural integrity of this aircraft.
I'm out of gas. Breaking off.
What?
Now that I'd safely secured a squad of trembling 19-year-olds, all that was left to do was the bread and butter of any pilot in Love Island's Naval Air Forces.
Just land on an aircraft carrier. How hard can it be?
Bonus points if you flip the landing signals officer the bird as you barely catch the one wire.
Wave off, wave off.
Nope, we're not.
One wire.
I can't believe we're catching any wire with these landings.
Invigorated with our early success, Victor Wing ripped the entire ship's supply of uppers, briefed tactics for 30 minutes while foaming at the mouth, and set off to intercept the enemy fighters in the middle of the night.
Hostile target spotted. Going weapons hot.
While they were doing that, I was trying to figure out how to take off from a carrier catapult.
Victor 1-3. You're cleared to taxi to Cat 4.
Alright, boys, which one's Cat 4, please? Full afterburners. Here's that takeoff. And we're up.
Just like in our first strike on the open waters, we came prepared to hit our primary target with a long-range cruise missile. The only thing that could really go wrong on this flight would be flying over a SAM emplacement we didn't know about.
This is command. You're getting really close to the enemy fleet. They might be able to see you from where you are.
They can see. Did I just go like right over a SAM site or something? What just happened? That was a hit, right? Yep. Oh, we evaded that one. Nice. That being said...
Upon later reflection, there was a major challenge inherent to the mission.
I really don't want to take the shot.
I had truly no idea what the operating envelope of my cruise missile consisted of.
I mean, there's a mountain between us, right? Is that how that works? There's the shot.
Once 10% confidence in cruise missile impact was established,
Alright, let's start working on those SAM sites now that we took the shot off on that guy.
the enemy air defenses walked out of the saloon and into the dusty streets. And it was high noon.
Oh, we broke that lock quick. That was beautiful. And splash, there goes the SAM.
Dodging radar-guided missiles is an art form, but I never got an arts degree, and sometimes the best countermeasure for a missile is another missile.
I think our missile just collided with his missile mid-air.
These two infantrymen posed no significant threat to the mission, but they ultimately failed to like and subscribe, and Command gave us no rules of engagement. There were important secondary targets scattered across the island, and the enemy fleet had come to full steam after watching their flagship go up in flames. But I decided to burn some fuel and listen to the ASMR of my wingman before deciding the next best course of action.
Incoming missile, going evasive. Lovely, that missile's making a beeline for me. I am not about to get shot down by these amateurs. He got me. I'm going down.
After a quick rearm at base, certainly not accomplished by slamming the aircraft into a mountain because I couldn't remember how to reload a quicksave, our second cruise missile slammed home.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Have you?
Good effect on target. That ship won't be a threat anymore, but there's plenty of anti-air still out there. You're cleared to RTB.
It was finally time to RTB and get some sleep. Unfortunately, for carriers ATC, I'd never done night carrier landings, never listened to wave-off calls,
Wave off, wave off.
Nope, we're not waving. It's fine.
and forgot to put my hook down 3 times in a row.
Power, come left. Power, come left. Power, wave off, wave off.
Nope, nope, nope.
Bolter, bolter.
How's that a bolter? Oh, you know why it's a
Climb and return
bolter?
to the holding pattern.
My
Wait
hook
for
hasn't
clearance.
been down this entire time.
Power, wave off, wave off. One wire.
Well done, Victor Wing. Tomorrow, we retake Love Island for good. If you've watched this far in my adventure, consider subscribing and letting me know in the comments what missions you'd like me to fly next. Even if you don't, have an outstanding day all the same.